Alright everyone, welcome to another video. Today we are tackling Chain bound by Shadow. Now I will say about Chain has some of the best gothic and dark looking cards. I saw one of our guys playing Classic Constructed with Chain, and oh my goodness, just reminded me of like Hellraiser and just that whole darkness of all the cards being played. I just loved it. So if you're really into the gothic type look of stuff, you know, that darkness, the chains and everything happening, and just something right on the edge of horror, you know, this is it. And the best thing about Chain for me is that he can be quite aggro as well. So yeah, let's just take a look at some of the cards with this. So once per turn action, create a Soul Shackle token. Your next Runeblade or Shadow action this turn gains Go Again. Okay, so you've got the Young Chain, and then the Soul Shackle token is at the beginning of your action phase, banish the top card of your deck. Now I've heard, I was at an armory event the other day and I heard one of the new players talking about Chain and that you don't want to play too many shadow cards because they go into the banish zone and then you can take damage. Totally incorrect. Yeah, I'm gonna have that talk with that person in regards to how they were incorrect with that, because like you do want those cards in the banish zone and you want to use your hand for resources, and so many of the cards are going to come across and you will see that. Okay, so let's just keep going with that. All right, so where are we? Here we go. So Galaxy Black, just the base weapon for Chain, or for just any Shadow Runeblade character that comes out. Once per turn action, pay 1 to attack. If you have played a card from your banish zone this turn, so if you've played it from the banish zone, it gains +2 until the end of turn. So it becomes a 1 sword going up to 3 attack. And if it hits a hero, deal 1 arcane damage to that hero. So damn annoying. You having to block this, and if you allow it through, it's doing the 1 arcane damage. Do you go for the block, or do you prevent the 1 arcane? Really depends on where you are in the game, but late game this is like just so annoying to come up against. All right, so we've got Shadow of Ursa coming up next. Now you may play Shadow of Ursa from your banish zone, and that's pretty much where you want to be playing it, remember. Anyway, from my experience, you really want to be playing your hand as the resource base, and you want your banish zone as the second hand to be playing stuff from. So in effect, Chain gets past the 4 hand limit and actually has quite a bit going for him. All right. As an additional cost to play Shadow of Ursa, you may banish a card with Blood Debt from your hand. You may. If you do, Shadow of Ursa gains Go Again. So look, this is sitting in a majestic slot. It's only doing 2 damage, but it is a 3 pitch, 0 costs, and with the potential for Go Again. You know, this is a good card. And the fact that you can banish a card with Blood Debt from your hand and then play it immediately right after this due to the Go Again is so fantastic. So as you can see with Chain, it then becomes a process of how do we get more resources. And honestly, if I'm looking at a deck in Classic Constructed, potions might actually be a thing, as long as they don't end up in the banish zone or some other ways, maybe just controlling the cards that you have in hand a little bit better. Yeah, look, I'm loving Chain at the moment just due to the fact that it's so aggro. Now Dimensional Crossroads, Go Again. Whenever you play an attack action card or a non-attack action card from the banish zone, if you haven't played another card of that type this turn, deal 1 arcane damage to target hero. Crazy, absolutely crazy. If you lose life during your turn, destroy Dimensional Crossroads. Yeah, so, you know, not a bad card. I love the look of this card, and honestly, without playing Classic Constructed, I've only been playing Blitz with Chain at the moment, I don't know how this card would go. Sitting in a majestic slot, it sounds on paper as a pretty amazing card. The fact that it's just picking away damage at the opponent just for merely playing cards, but it is a 2 cost. So is there a way to get it out cheaper? Doesn't look like it at the moment. Yeah, blocks for 3, so overall a good card. I love the artwork on it, and I have seen one of our players play with it in Classic Constructed. I need to understand how it actually goes and its function within the deck, based on the fact that it's costing stuff that could be played from the Banished Zone. So yeah. Alright, Invert Existence. You may play Invert Existence from your Banished Zone. Very good. Banish up to 2 cards in an opposing hero's graveyard. Very good. If an attack action card and a non-attack action card are banished this way, deal 2 arcane damage to the hero. It's got Blood Debt. It doesn't attack, doesn't block. It costs 1, but it is a 3 pitch. I think this is very good. I would hate this to be used against my Ninja deck, taking out my Magenshis or anything like that. Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure it has its uses in regards to like the hero's graveyard, especially if they're starting to play cards that allow them to get cards out of their graveyard. You don't want to see that, so probably a good one against Guardian as well. Yeah. Unhallowed Riots. We're getting into the rares now. If you have played a non-attack action card this turn, you may play Unhallowed Riots from your Banished Zone. So this does have the problem that you have to have played a non-attack action card to play this. I found myself that has been stuck there until I'm able to find one, but you just deal with it, yeah? You roll with it, and why? You may put a non-attack action card with Blood Debt from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck. So thereby getting cards back from your graveyard back into your deck to actually draw them again. So that's the upside of this card. It is a 1 cost, 3 block, doing 4 damage. Pretty standard card with that little bit of bonus that you can get a card from the graveyard and put it back into your deck. So very good in that respect. Comes in 3 different colors for the different things. In regards to whether I would use this card, look, it doesn't even need to hit for you to get the ability. So I believe even at a blue, blocking for 3, this would be quite a good card. You can use it for the resources. You use it when you need to get it out of the Banished Zone. Yeah, not a bad card. Doesn't have Go Again. So yeah, it's neither here nor there. I'd really have to play Classic Constructed with Chain to really decide on how good this card is. Yeah. Right, Dimensional Gateway, another rare. Opt 3. Remember, Opt 3, you can look at the 3 cards and put them either on top or bottom in any order. Reveal the top of your deck if it's a Runeblade card. So after you've opt, you can set that up. Deal 1 arcane damage to each opposing hero. If it's a shadow card, you may banish it. So you get to decide how your gameplay is going. Does cost 1, only blocks for 2, so that's the bad thing about it. Then you've got Opt 2 and Opt 1, still doing the same thing. Probably in a group game, this is hitting quite a few heroes, but you get to decide whether it's a Runeblade card or a Shadow card on top of the deck playing. Blue for this might be good enough, especially with the Opt 1. You can decide whether you want to keep or take the chance and draw the next card and put that one on the bottom. Alright, Sleeping Shadows, another rare. You may play Sleeping Shadows from your Banished Zone. The next attack action card with a cost of 2 or less you play this turn gains +1 and Go Again. Fantastic. It is costing 3, is giving the Go Again. Only blocking for 2. So this is yet another problem with these cards, that they are only blocking for 2. Maybe with Chain you don't really care about the block as much and you want to try and outrace the opponent. I don't know, that's the kind of vision this type of a card is giving me. Ooh, it's a tough one. Being in a rare slot, obviously LSS has seen some great value with this card. I'm not seeing it right at this present moment. No doubt I want to hear your comments in regards to what you think of this card and what I'm missing out on both this and Dimensional Gateway, yeah? Or not Dimensional Gateway and Unhallowed Riots. Really like to see some feedback on that I'm not seeing at the moment. Bounding Demon, I love this one because it's a 0 cost. If you've played a non-attack action card this turn, you may play Bounding Demon from your Banished Zone. If you do, it gains +1. So once again, needing that non-attack action card, but this is a 0 cost. Yeah, it's doing 1 less damage, so they can block with just 1 card, being a normal attack card and not a defense reaction. But if you have played it, it does get +1, so kicking you up to the 4. This does block for 3, so I'm loving this card straight off the bat. You know, even at a blue, I like this because it's that 1 annoying damage. Too bad it doesn't have go again, but that's what your shackles is for. Yep. Piercing Shadow Vice. Right, this is attacking for 4. It's got a 3 defense, costing 2. You can play it from your banished zone, and if you have dealt arcane damage to the opposing hero this turn, Piercing Vice gains +2. This has been a great card. Usually break your shackles, do an attack that causes some arcane damage, then you follow it up with the go again with this. Usually you've been paying, you throw out a 3 pitch and you're able to play these cards. So I love this card. It's a good card, and being at a common, I can see its use. You know, even in a blue, it's hitting for 4 damage. Yeah. Using the 3 pitch value. No, I like it. Riftbind. Now you can play from your banished zone. Blocks for 3, attacks for 3. This one, if you do, it gains +X, where X is the number of non-attack action cards you have played this turn. So if you are setting up attacks and then you get to play Riftbind, most likely it's coming out for 4 damage straight off the bat with the red, costing 1. Not doing any arcane damage. Rifted Torment. Now this is the card that I love. It's the one that's doing the arcane damage. You may play Rifted Torment from your banished zone. If you do, deal 1 arcane damage to the target hero, which then sets you up for Piercing Shadow Vice, but you do need 4 resources to be playing this. So, you know, it's, yeah, you do need to manage those resources with Chain very effectively to get the biggest bang for your buck and just come out roaring. It's, yeah. Now this does block for 3, it's attacking for 4, costing 2, and you're going down. Even the blue is coming across for 2. Even at a blue, causing the arcane damage and setting up something like your Piercing Shadow Vice might be worth it. Remember, Chain is not going to be coming out with these huge attacks that are crippling the opponent. It's going to be coming out with a range of attacks that cripple the opponent throughout the turn, which is so much better. So they're not blocking out something with just 1 action or one card. Being able to do that, they're having to manage their blocks across various attacks, which is so much better than the 1 big attack where possible. Yeah. Rip Through Reality. Now this is the card. If you're playing sealed and you're looking for Chain, you want this card in all colors. It really doesn't matter. If you've dealt, alright, so you can be playing from the banished zone, and if you've dealt arcane damage to an opposing hero this turn, Rip Through Reality gains go again. It is the card that you are looking for. You need this in the deck just to fuel that go again, so you're not using up the shackle. You can play this, try and get the Rifted Torment and finish off with a Piercing Shadow Vice if you're using all your resources correctly and you're managing your banished zone effectively as well. It's just fantastic. Could you imagine that attack? You know what, if you had the extra go again, you go through with Galaxy Black, causing another potential arcane damage and 3 attack. 3 attack. So Rip Through Reality, fantastic card. Go again in all 3 colors, love it. Seeds of Agony. Now you can play from the banished zone. It is a 0 cost, which is good. The next attack action card with 2 or less you play this turn gains deal 1 arcane damage to target hero. So if you are in the situation where you're wanting to play Piercing Shadow Vice and you haven't got a way to do arcane damage, Seeds of Agony comes out of the gate. 0 cost, only blocking for 2, but does set up with the shackles another 1 attack, and let's look for it. Riftbind perhaps from your hand. This one, unfortunately, no, you can play from the banished zone, so costing 1, so you could play Seeds of Agony. Let's take a look at this. Right into Riftbind, doing the 1 arcane damage, and then being able to play Rip Through Reality, getting that go again for something else. So yeah, very, very nice. All right, and that really takes us to the end of the Shadow Runeblade cards. Yeah, so I'm interested in your thoughts. Have I missed something? I think it's a fantastic hero. Just like brought so much to the game with being able to use that banish zone area as an extra hand to be playing the cards from, ability to try and get cards from the graveyard back into your deck, and just effectively using as many resources as possible, being like the banish zone and everything to the best effectiveness to really make Chain, I think, a top tier hero. I think a lot of people are going to be playing and we're going to see some awesome results from Chain. Okay, so if you love the channel, let's get a subscribe on there, give a thumbs up, get your comments in, and let us know what your thoughts on Chain are as well. See you on the next video, which should be Levia or Shadow Brute. See you all.